Hi, so I'm Vivian and I wanted to share my JYP audition experience just so other people could know what it's like because I did realize that my audition experience was a little different from others. So yeah, let's start. So first off, I arrived in downtown LA. It was Wilshire. There was this big building that we went to. I wasn't really sure if that was even a building because I was really confused. So I went in there because I realized that people had like number tags and everything. So I was like, oh, they're probably auditionees. And so basically, we went in there, we went into the building. When I say we, I mean me and my family. So we got into the building, there was a security guard and this lady. And basically I was like, what the heck, where am I supposed to go? I don't see anyone. So I asked the lady and the security guard and they're like, oh, it's number floor 19 or whatever. So I expect that they were there to help. She was actually trying to advertise this K-pop thing though. Anyways, I went to floor 19. I got in and holy crap, it was super crowded. Like, the room wasn't big, so I guess that's kind of what makes it really crowded. It was really stuffy and humid, you could really feel it. There was a lot of people who were practicing. When I got in there, I heard Blackpink's whistle. People were like dancing to it or practicing, and some people were like humming and sitting on the floor, and like there's like people everywhere. Then there's this table over here. I was like looking around, I saw this table over here, and it's like JYP Global Auditions 2016. So I went over there. This lady, the staff, she was like really, really nice, and oh my god, so nice. And then I was like, hi, and she was like, hey. She gave me this form and a pen, and then she's like, do you have an online form thing? And I was like, yeah. And so she's like, okay. And then so she takes my form, she writes down the number, which is on my coat right here, which I haven't washed, ew, but it's a coat. I mean, anyways, my number is 537. I arrived there around 3-ish o'clock after eating lunch. Because I was in like the 500s area, I was supposed to go at 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. depending on like whenever. I was kind of scared because my number was like number 500 and everyone else's was like 300 or something like there. So I was confused. I thought it went in number sequence, but it really doesn't. So anyways, I filled out my form. It just basically asked general things like how old are you, what is your ethnicity, nationality, like what are your hobbies, etc. And when I got that done, I went to the lady, and the lady was like, okay, so you're gonna go to this man over here, and he's in front of the waiting room. He'll collect your form, and you can go in there and wait. And so I was like, okay. So I took my form and all my stuff. I went to the dude, he took my form, he's like, okay, thank you, you can go in now. And so I went in. It's a very small room. There's one medium-sized TV that shows JYP artists and music videos. So I sat down in this empty seat with no one else around me because I don't know, I didn't really want to be around people. Well, I kind of did. I like people, but not the time. I was like really nervous. So I sat down. There was people who were like, you know, hanging out with their friends and everything. I was like, oh, I didn't bring a friend. I'm like really lonely. And usually in those videos that you see on YouTube, everyone like makes a friend or two or something like that. I didn't make any friends because I'm like a total loner and no one likes me. But I was actually really, really scared at this one point while I was waiting because there was this kind of obnoxious group of people who were like sitting next to me, and they were kind of just like talking super loud and like singing or whatever, and I couldn't hear the dude when he was like announcing, like when he was calling up the lineup for the people who were going to go audition. And so the sequence like actually goes by your number. So like when you turn in your form, they like have a stack and they look through, and the numbers are like when they call you up. So it doesn't go in like number sequence, so you don't have to worry about that. It really depends on what time you go there. And so yeah, he was calling the numbers and I didn't hear this one number. I was like, oh no, because no one went up. Like what if that was me? They were being so loud I couldn't hear anything. So I was like freaking out when he went away with all the other people. And so I was just like sitting there like, oh my god, my number. What if that was my number? But it turned out not to be. There's actually this girl who came in like 5 minutes after me, and she sat next to me. I wanted to talk to her, but I was like really scared because she seemed a little lonely and kind of like me because we didn't have any friends, so we kind of just sat next to each other. Our lineup was eventually called and my number was called, Well, actually, what happened was I was wearing this, and so I had my hair to the side like this, just in case if, you know, my number wasn't called, if my number was called and I didn't hear it, so they could like identify me, which did happen. He was like 537, 537. He was like staring into my eyes, and I was like, what? Like, I was so confused. I thought it was like 577 because he wasn't fluent in English. He had a very thick accent. And so I was like, 577, that's not me. Why are you staring at me? And he's like, you, come here. I was like, oh, me. It was so awkward. Anyways, the girl who happened to sit next to me was also in my lineup. So we went to the lineup. We stood in the line. Everyone was staring at us like with these frightened eyes, and they're like, and I'm like, what's gonna happen to me? So I was like extremely scared. What I was auditioning for is vocal, specifically rapping, just because I can't sing for the life of me. I was the only rapper in my group. After the lineup, we go into this hallway with this woman. So the man went away with this woman, and she was like fluent in English. She went to like a university in California, actually. Then she's like, okay, so you guys are gonna have to wait like 5 to 10 minutes until the other group is done and you guys can go in. So if you have any questions now, please ask me. And so people were asking da 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 da, and I eventually asked like, how long do we sing for, or like vocal for, and she's like, about 40 seconds to a minute, depending on if the judge likes it or how much time there is left. And she was also saying how dancers had to get to take out their phones and like play the music. We'll like pause it and have the music like right open so the judge could like play it when they were like dancing. Besides that, none of us had to really do anything else. She was looking through her forms, etc. And she was like talking to us like a friendly. She was like really friendly. Like it wasn't like the strict staff kind of thing. She was like a really friendly person. Anyways, after that, we were like called up. We went up, and we actually went into this other hallway with this other woman. And then we had to wait for about 3 more minutes. So she was like, if you guys have any questions, please ask me. I have to explain to you that there's this a line of tape that you're gonna have to stand like behind or in front of. So dancers had to stand in front of it, and vocal or anything else has to stand behind it. And so, yeah, then we were called up into this room, and it was a lot different from what I imagined. It was actually a very small and dark room. There was this like one big light that shines down on you when you stand there. There was a backdrop of JYP Global Auditions 2016, and so that was like the center of the room. So there's like this box, right? There's a judge here, camera lady here, and the auditionee would be here. So, but when you weren't auditioning and you were just watching, you would stand over on the other side of the room, and you would observe from there, and when you were called up, you would go stand in front or in behind the line, and the judge had the phone, so whenever you were ready to dance, etc., he would play that. Yeah, so eventually we started, and everyone was singing, and they were like really good. There was 2 dancers, 1 rapper, me. Everyone else was singing. There was no actors, models, or MCs, so kind of just went casually. Dancers went first. Wait, no, they didn't. They went in number order. So I don't know, number order. Eventually, I was called up, and I was like super nervous because everyone before me was like they had amazing vocals, and my heart was like pounding on my chest. I swear I was gonna like rip out and just drop. And then yeah, I went up. I stood. You don't wait for them to say start. You kind of just start whenever you want to. So I started rapping. I rapped "Moment for Life" by Nicki Minaj, her rap scene in the beginning. I rapped for about 45 to 50 seconds. I didn't get to finish my whole rap, so I mean, I guess I wasn't that good then. He like rang this bell, and he'd be like, okay, thank you, please step down and go back, or whatever, next person is up. So I went to go back, and I saw people like clapping for me-ish. Like, they didn't make noise because you're not supposed to, because they're recording on camera. They don't want to pick up the clapping. And I was like, heart touched. That made me feel a lot better because I felt like I could do better. Like, I could do a lot better, and I wasn't doing that well. But I did better than I expected to, just because I have like stage fright, like major stage fright, and I really wanted to, like, you know, have a good impression. Eventually everyone finished. The girl that sat next to me was actually really, really talented. She was also really young. She was the 2005 liner. She was Japanese, or I would assume so, since she sang in Japanese. She sang One Direction song in Japanese. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like, no, I don't know. But she was the last one to go, so then we kind of all went back. And he was like, okay guys, thank you so much for auditioning. And then we kind of like just left. We saw the other group of people waiting in the hallway. And we were like, good luck, etc. And, you know, we kind of went back outside. And the moment when we like went back to the waiting room to exit, everyone was like, what happened? Because they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. And they're like, what happened in there? Like, what happened? Like, is it frightening? Like, what goes on? You know, those kind of people. And the eyes were like, everyone was staring at you. And I left, and then I come outside to see my mom sitting on the floor with her phone and a bunch of papers on her lap. And I was like, Mom, what are you doing? And it was just like, she was like, how'd you do, blah, blah. After all that, we kind of just, oh yeah, we went to the elevator, and one of the other girls who auditioned with me, she was a dancer. She was like, she was kind of laughing. She's like, you guys, you did good. And I was like, oh, so did you. Your dancing is really good. And she was like, oh, I'm probably not going to make it. I was like, no, there's always next year, since it's like global annual auditions, I think, every year. And I was like, oh, you can always like audition next year, you know, like you can always improve. And she was like, no, I'm kind of old now. Like, I'm in university. I'm old. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, you never know. After that, I kind of left. I went to go shopping in Arcadia. It was a nice experience. I was really nervous for it. Like, I was a nervous wreck, but it turned out to be a lot better than I expected it to be. Even though I thought I did really bad, I felt like it wasn't as bad as the worst. Like, it wasn't that bad. It was bad, but not as bad. Anyways, there's probably a couple more details. If you would like to know anything else, please comment below. I'll most likely reply to that. So if you have any questions, comment that below. If I don't know the answer, I'll just improvise and assume. Also, if you guys want to know anything about me and how my audition went, I'll say that right now. So my name is Vivian. I'm Vietnamese American. I did rapping. I'm a 2003 liner. I'm 5'4", because like it asked for all your information, and I really don't want to say how much I weigh, but I'm going to anyways. I weigh 56 kilograms, so you can find that out in pounds if you don't do kilograms. But yeah, I'm 5'4", 56 kilograms. So, and my birthday is July 17th, 2003, so I'm 13 right now in international age. I rapped. It went pretty well, and so the results for the LA audition come out during late October, so I'm expecting them in a week or two. Well, depends. They only contact you if you passed. So if you didn't pass, they won't contact you. So after October, if I don't get anything, that means I didn't pass. So, oh well. I can always go for next year, so it's all good. Because, you know, I need time to improve. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions, comment them down below. I'll reply. And thank you. Bye!